Hi, I'm Toni, and this is your daily tarot reading. Today, we're going to start off by looking at the Angels and Auras Oracle cards. So, hello to you. If you are brand new here, I'm so glad that you could join me. And, excuse me, if you are a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, I am also just pleased as punch that you're here with me today. And if you are a returning viewer and you're not a returning subscriber, what you waiting on? Come on, get it with the party. All right, let's get it started. Up first, we have Open Your Heart to Love, card number 27. However, this did come out in reverse, so we'll talk about what that means here in just a moment. Let's get a couple more cards first. What other messages do we have for everyone today? Oh, I love this one. This is Archangel Raphael, card number 7. We have the color green. So Archangel Raphael is the Archangel of Healing, okay? So this is a very interesting story already. This is definitely a love reading today. And then this is funny. I don't use this deck very often on this channel, and so it's funny that the last time I used this deck a couple weeks ago, this exact card came out, but it came out in reverse. But it's just funny that this card apparently really wants to be seen, okay? So here we have, what is it, card number 22. Everything is okay. Okay, so let's talk about these three together. Now, the first card that came out, like I said, card number 27, it came out in reverse. And so, I'm trying to remember, where do I put this deck? It goes right here. And so it says, absent resentment, stubbornness, independent. Okay, so it's not open your heart to love. It's actually like shutting the door to love. Like just like being very resentful toward love, completely absent, not wanting to participate, in other words, like closed off, stubbornly clinging to your independence, just like shutting off all possibility, okay? But here comes in one of my three favorite angels. Here is Archangel Raphael with the color green, and you'll notice, what does it say down there? The very first words, what do you see down there? It says, love, travel, humor, and vitality. So here we are closing off the possibility of love. You know, it even says absent, you know, not there, not present. And so sometimes when we're not present, what are we doing? We are traveling. So I kind of think that's a funny little link there. But it's almost like you're traveling away from love. Archangel Raphael is like, no, I'm bringing you back in. And this is beautiful because he's not just the Archangel of health, but of love, travel, humor, and vitality. And I think humor and vitality is going to be a key player in this reading today. I'm already kind of feeling, as soon as I saw those words, like a whole bunch of energy hit me on that one. I think that there is some, you know, it says up here, absent and resentment. And so resentment being the key word. When we have resentment, we just don't see the humor in a situation. We don't find relationships funny. We don't think being in relationships funny. And so it feels like you've had a lot of resentment towards being in partnership with someone or anyone at all. And this is kind of this energy of opening you back up to seeing the humor of the situation, to bringing the vitality of love back to you. Because here it comes. It is being delivered directly to your inbox. Oh my goodness, look at that, just knocking it down. What does that say? Big news. Big news is arriving. I even love that the angel's number is 444. Remember I said Archangel Raphael here is one of the my three favorite angels, being other two being Gabriel and Michael. Number 4 is the number of the angels. So there is the trinity of angels, Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel even being represented there. But the angels are bringing you this big news. And it says, everything is okay. Reassurance, support, guidance, and overseen. And so you are literally being, it's like your angels, your guardian angels, the archangels are interfering. It could even be your spirit guides. Someone somewhere up there is interfering here because they have been watching you, kind of clinging stubbornly to your independence, kind of like with holding on to resentment, holding on to anger, perhaps even around love, and just shutting your heart and the door to all potential possibility. And they're like, no. That is not who you were born to be. You were born to be love, to have love, to experience love. So let's open ourselves up to being able to receive it. Okay. So, you know, because it's like the mail is coming. They're trying to deliver it to you. So let's see, what does the tarot have to say about that? We're going to look at the Mystic Mondays Tarot. All right. Angels, guardian angels, archangels, ancestors, guardians, and guides of whoever is watching right now. Obviously, the angels are playing, right? They're here to talk today. Angels, what messages do we have for whoever is watching? What can you tell us about what brought us to this position and situation we are in right now? So we are starting off with, excuse me, Cancer, the moon, or Pisces, the moon. Both are true here. This is the Knight of Wands is in reverse. And one more, please. One more. And the last one we have is interesting. Yeah, you are. Just totally cut yourself off. Okay, so there's, in the past, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but basically, this is where you shut yourself off. This is the withdrawing of the potential possibility, okay? The Knight of Wands is removing himself. He's, now, it's interesting because the Knight of Wands, and when we talk about relationships, has a lot more to do with intimacy and when mommy and daddy spend time together, you know, trying to keep it clean here. That's what the Knight of Wands is about. And the Eight of Wands is about communication. And so you're just completely shutting yourself off to intimacy, physical intimacy, communication. And so there was some kind of shutdown. And this is very interesting. I want to get a little bit more detail on this. The moon, this is about kind of these hidden parts of yourself, but it has a lot to do with the shadow. Okay. And so there's something about some part of you got triggered is what I'm saying here. Something in the past triggered your shadow, and it just kind of shuts you down to moving forward, to being, you know, attracted to anyone, or even the potential of wanting to be attracted or to having any kind of relationship. So clarifying the moon. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Seven of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. So here is the Betrayal card. The underlying energy is the Three of Wands, and above that is the Knight of Pentacles. So there was, listen, I don't think that this is just one thing that happened to you. It's like the sum total of everything that's happened to you. It feels like you've been betrayed multiple times in your life, whether it was in romantic relationships, friendships, business partnerships, or you may have even grown up watching your parents do this to each other and other people, or even to you. Whatever this is, this just feels like a lifetime of cycles of betrayal that you've been dealing with, okay? I do want to point something out here. This Ten of Pentacles is in reverse. So to me, this is almost like the cycles are trying to end. But the thing is that you've been betrayed so many times, like I said, a lifetime, that the path forward for you, the Three of Wands underneath, the Knight of Pentacles above, is kind of paved for you now of just believing this is what it's going to be. It's like, this is what you know to be true, and so this is what you're expecting, and that's just what you're looking for, okay? And so basically your shadow has shown up. Your shadow side, it's interesting if you look at it, the shadow leads, right? You know, and then we have the Knight and then the Eight, and so we lead with your shadow, right? And so like I said, it feels like a lifetime of betrayal, or perhaps just one betrayal that was big enough to basically fill in a full lifetime. I mean, it was just like, it doesn't have to be a whole lifetime of betrayal. For some people, it could just truly be like, you know, you get married and your best friend sleeps with your husband, and that one betrayal is enough. You know, like that's enough to kind of like, that's plenty. Like I don't wish to have a relationship or a family with anyone else. I'm good. I'm done. Leave me alone. Energy. Okay. So there's been some kind of betrayal, cut you down. That's enough. So let's see where we are going. Oh, let's see. No, where we're at right now. So I'm sorry. Not where we're going. We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's see where we're at right now. What has this led us to in the present time? What has this led us to? The Eight of Swords is in reverse. In the timing card, we have the Devil. That's the timing of Capricorn season. And then we have the Empress Gemini showing up. So Eight of Swords, Devil, Gemini here. Okay. So it's time to get out of your own way here, but it's more than that. It's really time to clean up these thoughts, these toxic beliefs. And so this has a lot to do specifically about relationships, okay? Partnerships. Doesn't have to be about, you know, your lover per se, but It could be. It could be your lover. This could be, shutting your heart down to your parents, okay? That could be, when we're talking about love, it doesn't have to, it says open your heart to love. It doesn't say what kind of love, okay? It could be just being in love in general. It could be shutting yourself down to having relationships with other people, friendships, relationships with your parents, siblings, co-workers, whatever love is. Or it could just really be shutting yourself down to being willing to receive love in any form, just like completely like, just pushing everybody away, everybody. You just kind of like putting a brick wall up. Whatever this is, it's time for you to really look at where are you pushing away love? In what relationship? And think about your primary relationships. Where are you, who have you cut off? Why are these relationships cut off? And even if it's not fully cut off, if there's a relationship you have that you're not giving as well as you should, why? Okay, that's the message. This is the message they really want you to look at, okay? Because the message is saying, you're going around saying, oh, everything's okay. Oh, everything's okay. Everything's okay, right? But that's the thing. It says guidance here. And who's trying to knock on the door here and be like, hello, I would like to give you some guidance, is the Archangel Raphael here with his beautiful green color. The green is the color of health and healing, right? It's also the color of wealth and money. And so as we heal and get healthier, we're naturally more attractive, able to attract wealth and prosperity and manifest easier. So that's kind of all goes together. Because here we have, speaking of, we have Empress, and she is all about creation, okay? And so I do want to pause for one of you. This thing that you have closed off your relationship, your heart to a relationship potential with, is definitely your mother, okay? This is the mother energy. So for one of you, this has to do with your mother, and there's something about maybe it's time to work on, doesn't necessarily you're working on it with your mother, but maybe working on it with yourself, whether it's journaling, whether it's going to therapy, whatever this is that you need to do, because there's a lot of ways you can do the work, so to say. But it's time, it's like, it's time to open your door to something that your heart, the metaphorical door to your heart, if you shut your mother out, for some of you. Now, at least one of you, this literally means you're going to have a conversation with her and begin to figure it out. But for a lot of you, it's just starting to fix the relationship for yourself, like getting in your head and working it out and figuring out what you need and able to be able to process the healing of the relationship with your moms. Because sometimes, we want to like fix something with our parents, so we go to talk to them, but we don't even know what it is we want. And so when we walk in, we just kind of end up going around and around these circular conversations that go nowhere because we didn't actually have a intention other than to, I want to fix this. But what does that mean? What is the boundaries that you need, that you're required to be able to have a healthy relationship with your parents, okay? And that is for everybody. That's not just for your parents. This is really looking at what is it, the boundaries that you need, before you can create a healthy relationship with this person. It's not just about picking up the phone and saying, I would like to have a conversation with you. It's about what is the intention that you need coming into this? What are your boundaries? What do they look like for you? And what does this relationship look like for you? Have that in mind so that you can start the conversation out this way. This is what these are my boundaries. This is what I need from you. And to be able to have a healthy relationship with you. So you need to kind of have, there needs to have a game plan in mind, not just, let's just pick it up and hash it out, okay? Like, let's just, like I said, it's interesting. You see, there's that envelope being delivered, right? This was something that takes time to arrive. It wasn't just, boom, hello, let's talk. No, it's like they had to write it down. They had to take it and get it in the mail. The mail had to arrive and deliver. You had to go out to your your mailbox and pick it up. Read it. All these things have to happen before the message is fully arrived, right? And so that's the kind of the thing. They're like, this is a slow process. This is not something that should be jumped into quickly. There needs to be some healing for you first, mentally, with boundaries, all that kind of stuff before we can move forward here, okay? So if you were to do that, if you were to be able to open the door just a tiny little bit, allow some beautiful healing in so that this conversation can arrive in a way that is well thought out and kind and considerate, what would that look like? What would that look like? First, we have Temperance, Sagittarius is in reverse. We have, we got 3 cards. So we have Ace of Cups. We have, oh wow, the Ace of Swords. So we have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. And lastly, the 2 of Cups. Okay, that is beautiful. Underlying energy supporting this reading. We have the 6 of Cups. Yeah, for some of you, this is definitely your mom or a family member. A relationship that needs to be healed. That's what this is. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have, oh wow, a third ace, the Ace of Wands. We have the 9 of Wands. There you are. There's the defenses, walls we put up. And we have the 6 of Wands. Let's go ahead and pull, you know what? Death is in reverse. 7 of Wands is in reverse. Holy cow. Can't stop there. The Tower and Magician. Stop. I'm like, okay, we gotta stop. I can't keep pouring. That's a lot of cards. Okay, look. The underlying energy here is that this relationship, specifically if it has to do with your parents or a family member that, you know, the relationship has been broken or just, you know, impaired for a while now. If this relationship is to be repaired, it is going to be a two-way street. Both of you are going to have to be willing to show each other respect enough to say, these are my boundaries, this is what I need from you, and then what do you need from me? What is it I can give to you to make this work, okay? There is going to have to be a set of expectations laid out for, this is what my intentions are, this is what your intentions are, so we can kind of understand what we are trying to navigate towards. This is very important, okay? For one of you, or at least several of you, like I said, this is a family issue. 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. So, I'm sorry, 6 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. So this has to do with family and just, you know, the roots go deep here, and this is just, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And so it's time to kind of understand why we have the defenses we do and where did these come from, and kind of understand why we choose the paths that we choose, and how are we blocking our own success? How do we get out of our own way? By looking at our parents, by really looking at what it is they contributed to us and what it is that we are our own. In other words, this conversation you're going to have with your family member or parent or whoever this is a lot about understanding where did you, while you're talking to them, trying to listen, okay? Trying to listen, not trying to interject, not trying to, you know, make your point or be heard or be right, but really listen to understand, okay? That's what this conversation is all about. And I think maybe, I'm trying to fix this little piece of hair. It's driving me crazy, y'all. I'm trying to figure out this hair situation. Sorry. But I think one of the key objectives here should be to listen to understand. And that should maybe be one of the intentions that's set at the very beginning, that we are having a conversation with the intention that we are listening to understand each other, okay? Because this is the thing, as you're listening to understand this person, specifically if this is a family member I'm speaking to you about, you're going to be picking up which of their traits that have been passed on to you that have, you know, they're kind of carrying the weight of this. Like they're the ones that brought that to the table, and which one are the ones that you've now developed and brought to the table. And the reason why is because this is very insightful for you. It's very insightful for you to understand, where did you develop these behaviors so that you can heal them, especially if they're behaviors that are undesirable, okay? It's looking at these undesirable qualities and traits and not pointing fingers and going, okay, I got that from you, but getting to the point and going, okay, this is a family trait that we all share that I need to figure out how I can either deal with or heal, okay? Or, hey, this is something that I picked up along the way. Where did that come from, and what do I need to do to work with it, okay? Because at the end of the day, this is a lot of self-evaluation. We have Tower, we have Magician in reverse, we have Aries, Virgo, and Gemini showing up here. Oh, and Death, here is Scorpio as well. There is let me say this, it feels almost like not only does this relationship have to kind of be broken down to its foundation in order to heal, so that it can be built from the foundation back up, but in doing so, you are going to understand where your success blocks come and how this relationship with this person has contributed to your overall, the choices you make, Okay, especially if this is a family member, specifically a parent. Okay, but if it's a family member who's had a significant impact on you, or a partner or a friend who's had a significant impact, you'll understand where are you picking up these behaviors from. Okay, like, oh, okay, this is not pointing fingers. This is like, okay, I'm, maybe we've trauma bonded. Maybe you're my mom, so you've influenced me. Maybe you're my whatever. Okay, but like, oh, okay, I picked this up because we share this in common, and now I'm behaving this way, and now I'm treating them this way, and other people this way. So let me focus on what can I do about that. Not trying to fix them, trying to focus on you. Because here's the thing: when you are showing a better version of you that's not doing this behavior, you're not reflecting back to them their behavior. A lot of times they will become aware of that. And it's not to change them. This is not trying to be manipulative. It's like they'll see the change in you and start to realize they had that same behavior. It's like, oh, they're not doing this thing anymore, but I am. And that's for them to deal with. But again, that's how this always works. It's like you fix one part and people are either going to love it and accept it and welcome it and work on themselves as well, or they're going to be rejective of you and be like, oh, you changed. And that's fine too, because if somebody rejects you, then you didn't need them anyway. You know what I mean? But regardless, do the work for yourself, okay? And then, and if it's meant to be, the person will catch on and do the work themselves as well, okay? To wrap this up, where we are headed, like I said, Sagittarius, Temperance, Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Two of Cups. There is a lot of healing. But before we can get to this healing, we're going to have to go through a little shaky ground. We're going to have to really kind of go backwards over some steps, kind of look over what happened. But there is a lot of love, a lot of understanding on the table, a lot of being willing to be wrong and not insisting that you have to be right so that you can understand. This is a fundamental shift, I think, for both of you. Well, not just for both of you, but this relationship is a fundamental shift. But also, I think this is, as this relationship heals, you start to see what part you contributed, where you picked it up from, and heal that as well. This is just kind of the beginning of a bigger. I feel like this is just a trickle that's leading to a big wave. I'm sorry, I got a big tickle in my throat all of a sudden. I feel like this is just a little trickle. That's the beginning of a big flood, is what I mean to say. A big flood of healing, a big flood of opening yourself up to seeing how that interaction, how that impacted you in so many ways. Not just this one relationship, but how it impacts you across everything. And so I just think this, there is just the opportunity right now for you to allow yourself to think about, if you could fix a relationship, what would that look like? What is the intention you have for that relationship? What is the boundaries you need? And then once you have that answer, are you willing to approach that relationship and see what you can do? Okay? All right. If you found this helpful, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. I would love to talk to you. I'm up here just talking to myself, y'all. I know y'all are out there. I see you watching. Let me know you're here, all right? I hope I get to see you again. Until I see you do. I don't know what the words. There was like 5 words that just came into one word. Until I see you again. Love you so much. Take care of yourself. Bye.